Ford Mustang is America's iconic and classic rear-wheel drive V8 powered muscle car, and my particular example today is no different. This is a 2006 Ford Mustang GT convertible. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and take a full look at the interior and exterior. We'll start it up, get an exhaust clip, and also throw in a little test drive. So let's go ahead and get started. Now here's the key for the Mustang. It's just Ford standard remote and separate key blade design with your lock, unlock, panic, and trunk release functions. Go ahead and open up the doors. Now coming to the doors on the Mustang, you can see you have Ford's keyless entry system. This may be an aftermarket system, I'm not 100% positive on this one. You have body color door handles, and to clear the convertible top, once the door is open, the window will drop down just ever so slightly to make sure the glass doesn't catch. And then, when you open the doors up, you're greeted with a beautiful red leather interior. And, getting in the Mustang, to start it up, all you have to do is insert the key into the ignition and twist to start. Now what you're hearing is Ford's 4.6 liter single overhead cam V8, but we'll go over more of that in the engine portion. So let's go ahead and put the top down and we'll check out the exterior. Now what you need to do to put the top down is pull down on these handles right here and pull to the side and make sure those are latched back up. And the same thing goes for the passenger side. And then just push on this button right here, and all four windows automatically go down, and the top raises and folds back into a little cubby back behind the rear seats. Simple as that. So let's go ahead and turn on the headlights, pull for the fogs, turn on the hazards, and we'll check out the exterior. Now like I said, the Ford Mustang is America's classic and iconic V8 rear-wheel drive muscle car, and this one is no different. It is truly a beautiful machine. As you can see, this one is finished in silver with the gorgeous red leather interior. Absolutely love that. Now one way to distinguish a GT model from the standard 4-liter V6 is obviously the GT badge here on the fenders. Now coming to the rims on this one, we have 235/55 R17s wrapped in Cooper CS4 touring tires. You can see you have your standard side indicator marker there on the bottom of the back bumper. And coming to the back, you can see you have your standard reflector beam taillights with your reverse lights located in the middle. And another way to distinguish that this one is a GT is obviously the GT badge right here. And the rear deck lid is accented in this beautiful rear lip spoiler. And obviously another way to distinguish a GT is the chrome polished dual exhausts that produce a gorgeous growl. You can just hear it idling. It sounds epic. I really love the design of this generation Mustang most out of all of them, because for me this one is the most retro yet the most modern. So if I were in the Mustang market, I would probably go for this generation myself. And then coming around to the front of the Mustang, you can see you have blacked out headlights with your standard halogen reflector beam headlights and your fog lights located in the middle, and your pony badge located in the middle of the mesh grille. Turn signals are located down below the headlights on either side. So let's go ahead and open up the hood and see what she's got. Go ahead, and all you have to do to open the hood is just pull on this latch and pull towards you. And then, once you get to the front, just locate this little tab, push to the left, and raise. And what you're seeing is Ford's 4.6 liter single overhead cam modular V8. It produces 300 horsepower and 320 pound-feet of torque. Very smooth running engine and exceptionally clean on this particular model. It produces loads of power and an epic V8 growl as well. I'm almost partial to this engine over the 5.0 just because of the way it sounds. But, you know, that's personal taste, whatever you prefer. So, we'll go ahead and shut the hood. Hood sounds super solid. All you have to do is just let go. And we'll check out the interior. Now, getting into the Mustang is surprisingly easy, especially for a V8 rear-wheel drive car. You'd think that it's so low slung that it's very difficult to get into, but you really just kind of fall in and the seats are there to grab you. Now, starting with the top of the door, the materials are a harder material, but they're very solid and sure. They're not flimsy or cheap feeling. You have your brushed chrome plated door handle, power door locks, power mirrors located up here, and your power windows are located on the armrest. This switch right here operates the back two windows simultaneously. You can see this material right here on the door. It's a vinyl perforated type material, kind of adds a nice retro look to the Mustang. You do have a padded armrest there. And then once you open the door, you can see you have a little bit of a door storage pocket right here. And then a reflector light here. Here's your speaker for your Shaker 1000 watt stereo, which sounds incredible. Absolutely love the stereo in this car. Here's your headlight controls. Like I said, pull for fogs and you'll get a little green light to let you know that the fog lights are on. Interior lighting controls right here and panel dim. You have your turn signals here, your wipers located there. Wipers work just like that, about like any others. Here's your interior lighting up here. You just have two standard reading lamps and then of course your switch to control your convertible top. Coming to the sun visor, you do get a mirror on both sides. Here's your rear view mirror. It's not auto dimming, but you just flip this little tab here and you're set to go. And I'm not 100% sure what this is here. It may be like an aftermarket radar detector or something like that. So it's a pretty cool little deal. I just have to figure out what it is. Top of the dash, materials are harder to the touch yet again, but still very solid. They don't sound hollow or flimsy like some plastics that I've seen in cars. Here you have your aircraft style air vents. They add a nice little retro touch to the Mustang. Your trip computer controls are right here. You can see just pushing on this, if the door were shut, the trip computer would work. 12-volt power outlet there, traction control off, hazards, and then your passenger airbag sensor. And as most of you probably know, what that entails is once it senses someone heavy enough in the passenger seat, it will activate the passenger airbag should there be a front end collision. Here's your head unit for your Shaker 1000 watt stereo. Sounds absolutely incredible. Standard climate controls down here. You have your different zones, single zone temperature, and 4-fan speed adjustment. And then your AC compressor is located right there. Coming to the shifter, it's just Ford's standard Mustang style shifter for your 5-speed automatic transmission. And it's actually a very good transmission. It does a very nice job of putting the power down to the road, but we'll go over more of that in the test drive portion. Here you have your emergency brake right here, 2 cup holders right here, your padded armrest here in the center. It's actually pretty comfortable, and then opening it up reveals a decent amount of storage for a car that is as small as this one is. You can see you have another 12-volt power outlet right there with coin storage located in the center. Closing that just falls right back down. So we'll go ahead and nope. Now coming to the passenger side, you can see you have this real aluminum trim on the dashboard, which I really like. It brings a nice premium touch to the interior and I absolutely love it. Now coming to the glove box is decently sized. You could probably get an iPad mini or something like that in there. You can see it does come with the owner's manual, and the lid is lockable by this little key slot right there. So that about sums it up for the front seat. We'll go ahead and check out the back. And all you have to do to access the back seat in the Mustang is just pull on this tab right here, and the seat will fold forward just like so. And then climbing into the back of the Mustang is easiest to do when the top is down, obviously, but you could definitely do it with the top up. And bringing the seat back to where I had it, I actually fit behind myself very well. It is tight, obviously, because the back seat isn't meant for full-sized adults. It's more kid-sized, but it's not bad. You can see my feet slide up under the seat very well. My knees are just barely touching the back of the seat, and it's not something that I couldn't stand for maybe an hour or so, but I'm not so sure I'd want to sit back here for a 4-hour road trip. That might get a little old. You can see you have your speaker grill right here. All the materials back here are harder to the touch. And then you can see you have your convertible top mechanism located back behind the seats. And a neat feature about the Mustang is they actually have a roll-activated roll bar system that will deploy behind the rear headrest should there ever be a rollover accident. And then if you want even more protection, which is probably what I would do if this were my car, you can get roll bars that mount from here to over here, and that'll protect you even more should there be a rollover accident. So that about sums it up for the back seat. We'll go ahead and climb back out. And like I said, it is easiest to do if the top is down because you just kind of stand up and step out. But it's not a bad back seat. It's definitely usable. You could use it for adults if you had to, but I'm not sure an adult would appreciate being stuffed back there for a very long time. And we'll go ahead and check out the trunk. And in order to do so, we'll go ahead and shut the car down. And then to access the trunk, all you have to do is just push on this blue button right here, and the lid pops just like that. You also have your LED integrated third brake light right there. And then opening up the trunk reveals a pretty surprising storage area, actually. You'd think for a convertible car that it wouldn't be the best storage area, but it's not bad at all. You could get a couple of small suitcases or maybe one medium-sized suitcase in here. And here you can see you have your 2 subwoofers for your Shaker 1000 watt stereo, and they absolutely pack a ridiculous punch. It's amazing how good this stereo sounds for such a small car. But we'll go ahead and shut the trunk, latches just like that. And without any further ado, let's go ahead and take this one for a test drive. So we'll go ahead and get started. As you can hear, the exhaust sounds beautiful upon startup. Absolutely love the way this car sounds. Get our seatbelt on here, and we are good to go. Now, one of the first things that you'll notice when you get into the convertible Mustang to drive is the ride is actually very smooth, believe it or not. Even though this is a independent front suspension with a solid axle rear suspension, it actually irons out the bumps really well. And it's not a rough or bone-jarring ride by any stretch of the imagination. I would go as far as to say this is a very comfortable car to drive. And one of the next things that you'll notice is visibility in here is really good. As you'd think maybe for a convertible that you would have a lot of blind spots, but you really don't. I'm not noticing many blind spots at all. And it's a very easy car to drive. The exhaust sounds totally beautiful. I can't even explain how good this exhaust sounds to you. I know the camera's not doing it justice at all, but it's just a deep, burly, growly, in-your-face muscle car sound. And that's what this car is. It is a muscle car, and it does a very good job of being a muscle car, I have to say. Now, you can see I'm on a little bit of a rougher road surface. We're cruising at about 55 miles an hour or so, and the interior noise really isn't all that bad. Being a soft-top convertible, some people associate soft-tops with being loud or obnoxious or annoying, but this one really isn't. It's not intrusive at all. I can easily hold a conversation or talk on the phone or something in here, and it's just an easy car to drive. And steering feel, it has a hydraulically assisted steering system, and steering feel is incredible. It just, you feel like your hands are down there on the road, and you know exactly what the front wheels are doing, and it's just incredible. This is a car geared toward performance, but it really gives you the best of both worlds. You get a really raw, powerful engine, but you also get an easy real-world car. It's not difficult to drive. It's not loud and obnoxious. You can see I'm on a smooth road surface, and the only thing coming through is a little bit of tire noise, but that's with any car. You're going to get tire noise. So that's just to be expected whenever you buy a car like this. And handling isn't bad either. The Mustang has often been criticized of having poor handling, but this doesn't. So you can see that was a run about half throttle to 50 miles an hour, and that's not even beginning to tap into what this car can do. This car is a true muscle car, and it is great at straight line speed, even with the 5-speed automatic transmission, which some people call slush boxes or annoying or whatever. But if you're going to be driving this car day to day, which is what most Mustang owners do, then I would not get a stick shift. Being right around the Christmas season, traffic has been terrible, and I can't imagine driving a stick shift in it. And this automatic transmission does a really good job of putting the power to the road. I absolutely love it. I think it's an engine and transmission combo, a match made in heaven. Cliche as it is, it's true. So we'll go ahead and get on it a little bit here. That wasn't even full throttle, and that was a run to about 60-ish or so, and it's mind-boggling fast. I'm used to driving high-powered cars, but this one is exceptionally quick, and I absolutely love it. It's America's iconic muscle car, and it's a wonderful car, and there's a reason that these sell in the numbers that they do. And then you add this gorgeous red leather interior, tastefully designed interior, 1,000-watt stereo. It's almost the perfect car. It does everything well, and you can't say that for many cars these days. A lot of cars are too soft and wallowy, or on the opposite end of the spectrum, a lot of cars are too hardcore and in your face and raw, but this has both of those aspects perfectly blended together, all into one. And I would drive a Mustang like this. I would drive this Mustang every day if I could. And this is a beautifully clean example. Like I said, this one has 32,000 miles on it, and it has been wonderfully taken care of and wonderfully maintained. The interior is as clean as can be. The red floor mats don't show any sign of wear. There's no scratches or dents or dings on the outside of the car. It is truly a wonderful, wonderful machine, and I absolutely adore it, and I know you will too. If you're in the market for a sports car or a muscle car or a two-door daily driver, I would absolutely recommend checking out a Mustang. Don't sell yourself short, because they are truly, in my opinion, the best muscle car that America has produced. And I know there's a lot of Chevrolet Camaro fans and Dodge Challenger fans, but for me and for my needs, this Ford Mustang does exactly what I want it to do, how I want it to do it, and that's just basically it for me. It is an incredible, incredible car. You know, interior comfort too, that's another aspect I haven't touched on. The seats are beautifully comfortable. You have loads of thigh support, loads of lumbar support, loads of lateral support for when you really hurl it around those tight corners. And they're also great for driving it across the United States. You'd be comfortable, get decent gas mileage out of the V8 too, 16.2 miles to the gallon for a V8 engine. That's very impressive. So I don't have good enough words to say about this car. I absolutely love it and would drive one in a heartbeat any day. Now this particular Mustang is located up at Fairway Auto Center in Tyler, Texas. Very conveniently located dealer and a very nice dealership to work with. And if you're in the East Texas area and you're in the market for a Mustang like this or any kind of used vehicle, do yourself a favor and stop by Fairway. My family and I have dealt with them personally, buying 3 or 4 vehicles, I believe, and it's been a pleasure on all of the experiences. So that about concludes our tour and test drive of this 2006 Ford Mustang GT convertible. I hope you guys have enjoyed the video, and thank you so much for watching.